What is up, good people? Jungle Link here. Hope you're doing well. Been a while since I made a video. Excited to get back after it. But before we get into the video, I want to send out my condolences to the man that ran this account, Dream Network. Just an awesome dude. It was announced today he passed away. I think he was only 28, 29 years old. Real young guy. Very smart in terms of Pokedex and Polkadot, the ecosystem, and would always help people if they were having issues. Just an awesome person, and I was sorry to hear of his passing. I want to dedicate this video to him. He will, really be missed there. Great guy. We're going to go back a couple days in the news because I haven't done a video in a while, but we see Charles saying, well, did the founders use connections, maybe even money to convince the SEC? Well, yes, probably, but this is not corruption. This is just favoritism. I can't tell you how stupid that quote is, but I'm not trying to dredge up these old arguments. But I want to bring up this point because we've already been down this road 100 times with this guy. The problem isn't the past for me. You're not going to fix what happened in the last bull run for XRP holders. That sucker is sealed and set in stone. There ain't no right and that wrong. It happened and there ain't no change in that. I don't care about the past. The problem is right now, today. This is a problem for Charles and Cardano and pretty much everyone else. This Ethereum free pass environment, it continues. I mean, just look at this section of cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap. SEC alleged securities, and it's pretty much everyone. Solana, Cardano, Matic, Cosmos Atom, you name it. Like if you're a big, altcoin project, you're probably on this list. And it stifles the whole space. No one knows really what is legal, what is compliant, what is not. And unless you're Ethereum, you're just getting harassed. This is not a way to have any sort of sensible regulations, and it does do a ton of harm. This is not a problem any longer for Ripple and XRP. A judge stepped in and said, you know what? After $200 million, 3 years, and one bull run of wasted time, well, XRP is not a security. No reason to argue with us anymore, right? But if you're into cryptocurrencies more broadly, you understand that this is holding a lot of projects down. And it makes it tough for big investors to invest in something that may be deemed illegal tomorrow. It makes it very tough to, if I'm going to build the next billion-dollar project, am I going to do it on Ethereum where I'm going to be left alone? Or am I going to do it on Cardano or Polkadot or Cosmos Atom where I may be hauled into court for doing something illegal, in a few months? Like, all that stuff, all that money, all that development, all that building, it's going to go over the Ethereum way, and it affects everything. The E3 pass that we have today, the environment we are in, that's what needs to stop. I don't care about the past. Today, it's very harmful, and I don't know why he won't recognize it. Maybe he thinks he can just ride through this and make it to regulations, and maybe he will. But you know what? Stop lecturing us on that this isn't corrupt. Like this whole quote here, that they use connections and money to bribe SEC officials to see the world their way and attack the opposition and attack everyone else. Like that is in the dictionary, literally, both stupidity in that quote, and it is downright corruption. I'm sorry. It's just dumb. See a lot of people speculating that Ripple's going to IPO. And I get it. We're by that lawsuit. But I'm going to tell you, I don't expect it to happen now. Number one, IPOs are pretty much dead. We just saw, the chip maker arm, they went public and great, but there's just not a lot of that activity going on right now. Further, we're getting ready to head into a recession. It's already here. I talk to people all the time. It's tightening up. It's not financially a great time. And so I just don't see them making that move. Further, they still are entwined in a legal lawsuit with the SEC. It's not completely over. Probably not a great time for them. And further, crypto's just in a bear market. I just don't think this is the time to IPO. Unless they absolutely have to, then maybe they do. If they need, to get that stock trading on the open market and, get some of that liquidity for some of the original investors. Maybe they do it now, but it wouldn't be a great time. So I don't expect that. Maybe, late 2024, early 2025 would be a more favorable time. Hopefully they can settle all this nonsense out with the SEC. We can get kind of past this looming financial crisis we're in right now and some of the other problems out there in the world. Just my opinion. I do not expect a Ripple IPO at this point in time. we had that fake, spot Bitcoin ETF announcement. It got me. I was fooled because my Coinbase app told me it had happened, and other pretty big news publications said, all right, it's official. And it was just a hoax. And you saw how, Bitcoin reacted pretty violently, really quick. And that was a fake news announcement that probably your big money understood. This was not real. So best believe it's going to have an effect. It's going to have effect for all of crypto when that finally happens. And it will happen. The day will come when we get spot ETFs for a lot of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin included. And this article says, we may add $1 trillion to the crypto market cap. I'm not so worried about the short-term run like we saw there, right? It's announced and boom, prices go up. But long-term, I think it's going to have a heck of a lot bigger effect on cryptocurrencies than just $1 trillion. It's going to allow your big investors to safely invest in cryptocurrencies, and they're going to allocate a lot of capital towards this emerging asset class. It's going to take us to a whole new level. It's just the start of things. We're going to get there. It's going to take some time, but they can't stall this much longer. Your big heavy hitters, we see this article here, BlackRock, JP Morgan, quietly laying the groundwork for the next Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and crypto price bull run. The reason they name specific cryptos in there is to get clicks, but they're getting ready. DM Logic talked about this in the past, loading all the horses up in the gates. This thing won't really run until your big money's ready, and they're just about there, right? That's when you'll see crypto legislation roll out and all of that. They're laying that groundwork. We know because the big money is descending on this space. It's only a matter of time. I think Rob Art had a great quote the other day. We're not playing a game of perfect here. You're not going to call that moment right before the announcement is made, or you're not going to buy the very bottom or sell the very top. We know what's coming on the short horizon. Get ready for it, right? There may be more turmoil. Prices may go down farther. But from where we sit right now, long term, this is a great opportunity, and I am taking advantage of that myself. It's just a matter of time. Another thing people don't understand, JP Morgan, they've been very negative in the press about cryptocurrencies, but they've been involved very intimately in this space for a long time. R3 is a product of JP Morgan. They just didn't want their name attached to crypto development. So R3, Goldman Sachs, they were part of that consortium. So that could all happen under R3 and not be connected to them. Then they left that consortium and went and started doing their own stuff because they believed that Ethereum was a better way to do a lot of this stuff. But JP Morgan, they make huge investments within cryptocurrencies. Of course, BlackRock is just starting. And all your major financial institutions are getting ready because they understand this space is going to erupt. I don't know exactly when. Maybe I'm right, late 2024, early 2025. But it's going to happen sooner than later, and I think that's all that matters. Crypto R Us, just a big, crypto account, just had his YouTube taken down. If you go on Twitter and maybe, put a post up there for him and tag YouTube, this is always awful when this happens. I hate to see it. And usually it's just some stupid automated glitch that no one takes time to actually look into. But it seems to happen a lot to crypto people, especially here recently on YouTube and Twitter and areas like this. And Twitter's an absolute nightmare. Good luck getting anyone live to look at your case and help you out there. As soon as you get booted off, you're done. Just make a new account. It's really awful. But, I think if we support Cryptos R Us and, tag YouTube on Twitter, they'll probably reinstate. There are live people still working over at YouTube. This situation can probably be fixed. And I suspect we're going to see more of this as we continue into next year. It's just a matter of time. Lastly, I think this is a great stream by Digital Asset News. I'll post it down below, but he's kind of thinking about, we have this recession that may start really heating up here, and we have the Bitcoin halving, and we all expect, a crypto bull run sometime here in the near horizon. And how would that work with a recession and a bull run looming? Check it out. And this is the deal. There's always going to be spooky stuff on the horizon. I've done videos about, I expect some more conflict globally to come up, wars, things like that. We're starting to see it. I expect we're going to have a pretty significant financial problem here in the U.S. and globally for different reasons. We're starting to see things tighten up. But you can't, totally sit back and wait for everything to be perfect, because that's not a realistic time. Everything is never perfect. You got to really just have a longer time horizon, and we'll get by all this. Anyway, I thought this was a great video where he breaks a lot of this stuff down. Check it out. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.